What's up, guys? Welcome to Fourth and Average. I'm your host, Chris, and I'm joined with Cody and Prevo. We finally have all three of us back for an
Oh
episode.
yeah.
I think Prevo mentioned to me it was like the last five episodes we've done. I think only two have been with all three of us. So it's good that we found a time, and we're actually going to be releasing this a little bit earlier than usual, just because we want to follow the momentum. We feel like we've been having some great episodes, so we're all glad to just be back. But anybody have an icebreaker for us today before we get started?
So I actually got one. So I was talking with some of my coworkers. I already prefaced this with Chris, not with you, Prevo. Sorry. Um,
Yeah, screw
and they
So
they
we have a
wanted a
group chat
way
without me
to
just let everybody know.
yeah, sorry, that's called a text message.
I was about to say it's
Um,
Oh,
just called he doesn't get many of
all
those.
right. This will be our first edited video.
but my coworkers had wanted to know a way to find their old fantasy team that they had drafted. So I told them they had to go and look in their email, and that got me thinking. Prevo, I want you to try and name the top three picks from my work league's 2015 fantasy draft.
Are
You
they
as
like,
well, Chris.
are they going to be
I will go.
normal or are they
They,
terrible
they
picks?
they are normal players except for the number one overall pick. I already told Chris you will never guess in a million years who the number one pick is, but have a crack at it. So top three picks.
I'm
I will
guessing.
go ahead and preface now just to make it a little bit easier, just because it was 10 years ago at this point. They are all running backs.
That's what I figured.
Oh,
Okay.
10 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, like why. And the one that's throwing me off is you're saying like the number one is like there's
Yeah.
no way you're gonna guess.
Two and three are,
Man.
I would say, like top five, like of this era for sure.
God. 2015. Adrian Peterson was not in his prime because his cover was like
That was like the only
four
guy I
years,
got.
4 years before that. Le'Veon was Le'Veon one of them? Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon was the second overall pick.
Damn.
Where did DeMarco Murray end up? I feel like for some reason he had a huge 2014, which made him be drafted high in 2015.
He was a first round pick, but he was ninth.
Okay. Holy cow, why am I forgetting all my running backs from 10 years ago? This is not good.
Dude,
I'll
I'm
say this is high school era.
I know this is not good. Why I'm like forget Todd Gurley.
mm,
Mm,
good pull though.
Where did he end up?
nope. He is not in the first round. I'll go ahead and
What?
tell you right now, you mentioned the third overall pick already.
Adrian Peterson? Are
Adrian
you
Peterson
kidding?
was the third overall pick.
With the Seattle Seahawks. That was the year he was
Yeah.
with the Seahawks, right?
Yep. No,
Oh,
I think this was last year with Minnesota.
okay. I can never mind.
And
I
I'll
can
just
get
go
that.
ahead and give you a hint for number one.
So I got two and three. Thanks for the help, Primo.
Think of running back bus out of Alabama.
Brent Richardson. Wow.
Nope, the other one. The other one.
TJ Yeldon? What?
Nope. Nope.
The other
Made his
one.
way out of the league.
50.
You're gonna hate yourself if you don't
I'm
get
gonna
this.
don't say a dang word. Did he get really fat?
Yes.
Okay. Oh man. What's his name? Oh, he got Eddie Lacy. Eddie
Yes.
Lacy.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
gosh, dude.
Eddie
Oh,
Lacy was the first overall pick in this
oh,
draft.
I can't believe I was like, are you kidding me? Who
Damn.
Oh my
drafted Eddie
God.
Lacy first overall?
I will not dox my man and his choices.
Can we get a first initial?
Uh D. Chris
Okay,
knows
no,
who
I
it
know,
is.
I
Yeah.
know who it is. Never mind, never mind.
For the record, I had the fourth pick and I took Jamal Charles.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I think he was
Yeah,
the
that was a good trip down memory lane whenever I saw this email.
oh my gosh. I guess hindsight's 2020. Eddie Lacy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But well, on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the AFC East. However, I want to go back a little bit to the AFC West.
Take
Um,
another trip down memory lane.
we had a little interesting comment. You know who you are. Appreciate you watching and listening and everything. It's great, and we love it. Broncos are not going to win the division. I think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be terrible. I think the Raiders are coming in
It's
last.
gonna be one of the probably top two divisions in the league this year, if I had to
Oh
guess.
yeah, it's just going to be competitive. But to say Cortland Sutton, to go back and watch his game against the 18th best defense in the NFL with the Bucks, and then the 19th best defense in the NFL with the Browns, and then the 20, kind of 25, maybe 26 defense, against the Bengals. Maybe 24. I'll give you 24. Just throw some better teams. Let's see some stats against some better defenses, and I'll maybe give you a top 15 look. But just based on yards, he played 17 games. He's looking at number 16 right now. Overall, not saying, and again, Cortland Sutton is not a bad wide receiver.
No, he's a great red zone
He
target.
would be wide receiver number one on the Panthers. I'll tell you that right now. He's an incredible wide receiver. It's just I just don't think the Broncos use him in proper situations enough. Like I think they try to make him be the deep ball guy, the big play home run guy. He's not him. He's
No,
more
that's
of
not his
a
style.
no. He's more of a Michael Thomas. Prevo understands this slant, big guy in the middle, maybe even, and then you get to the red zone, run a nice little fade route, maybe even just a big slant out route, anything like that. He just has very sure hands. He's not going to blow you away with speed, but he's a huge receiver and he's going to have success. So, not that he's bad. I don't think he's a star receiver. I think his stardom has kind of was about 2 or 3 years ago, but they just didn't have a quarterback to really get him the ball, and that
Yeah.
sucks for him. But he's still going to contribute. He's still going to be an incredible receiver. So just maybe you can subscribe on that one since he's an incredible receiver. But anyway, we'll get to the AFC East, and a lot of it's kind of a very chalky
I,
division
I
with
would say for
the
the most part it is, yeah.
I think with but closer. You know what I mean? Like it just feels tighter. I think a lot of teams got better. We'll talk
I
about
feel like
that
the
one.
gap is going to start closing in the near future with
Yeah.
other teams having players develop the way they should.
Yeah, agreed. But we'll go ahead. I'll let Cody go ahead and take us off with the first one because I think this is going to be kind of the easiest one, but I do have some thoughts on it. So go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, no,
Whichever.
for sure. I mean, we're going to start with the division leader. I feel like in this one with the Buffalo Bills at minus 290 on FanDuel. Josh Allen this offseason signing a brand new 6-year, $330 million contract extension, 250 million guaranteed. It's the highest amount of guaranteed money in the NFL. So they are committed to Josh Allen, and Josh Allen is committed to Buffalo.
That man
Um,
deserves it. Oh, yeah, I think he
uh,
deserves every penny. I think
100% agree.
just to just pause it right there. That man had an MVP season. Now, of course, that MVP season I think is going to be highly debated for a long time. I think as far as who should have won it. I mean, yeah, you can look at Lamar and be like, Lamar literally had a better season than any of his other two MVPs that he already has. But it's kind of like Josh Allen played so well and he hasn't had an MVP yet that he played MVP caliber football this year. So I think it's just the fatigue vote almost not. But again, I don't want to take away from Josh Allen because that's not what I'm
It
trying
was
to
an
do.
incredible season.
Yeah, exactly. And either one, I think we would have understood who won the MVP. But that man did it with no receivers at all. Like they finally
Yeah.
got Amari Cooper in, but they just lost him again. But but like
They
Yeah,
they
just
didn't
now
really use
retired,
him
actually.
either.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually that's big. That's some big news there too, which is crazy because I feel like Amari Cooper's always been one of those guys that he just has been thrust into so many situations that are not good quarterback
Yeah.
situations. And
And I
that
feel like
man,
now me and Chris are finally also getting into the era of the players we grew up watching are going through college, going into the NFL, are now finally starting to retire
it's
with the
weird.
likes of Jimmy Graham, Tyrann Mathieu, now looking at Amari Cooper. I remember him playing at Alabama, Julio Jones, like all of this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's weird to think about that part, but going back to the Bills, the win total this year is set at 12.5. That is a very sharp line, I feel like.
it's almost like, do you see the Bills getting 13 wins? It's what it kind of, if you want to transform that, like
Yeah,
that question, that's 13-4, dude. That's only four losses.
that's tough.
I think their division's a little tougher this year. The AFC got they're still just as good, and they got to run AFC gauntlets all the time. And I don't the Bills didn't really do anything at wide receiver. They brought Palmer in, but it's
Yeah.
like
It's essentially now relying on what you get with Khalil Shakir, which is around 800 yards, and then just the development of Keon Coleman on the outside as
yeah,
potential X receiver.
I just think I wish we would have saw something more from him last year. I don't know. I think who they pick this year for their first pick in the draft?
They got the cornerback out of Kentucky, Maxwell Harrison.
They needed help there too. I don't know. Would you have liked to see them go for a wide receiver as one of their first picks since it was so loaded, or do you think they did the right thing there?
I personally think that they needed to address the defensive side more at the end of the
Yeah.
day because the offense doesn't revolve around, I feel like, having a true alpha receiver. It revolves around Josh Allen
Okay.
and his
Yeah,
ability to distribute the ball.
that's true. That's true. And they needed help on both sides, but I think they can trust Josh Allen more than they don't have a single like Tre'Davious White's older, and I think they actually just did they release him or did they sign him? They re-signed him.
I believe they released him. I think
Really?
they went to the Ravens, if I
That's
remember
right.
correctly.
So I mean, what he was on. It's kind of like that similar Darius Slay situation where we're kind of on the back half of that career now, which is weird because it feels like Tre'Davious White's been in the NFL for only like 3 years. But I mean,
Yeah,
yes, but that's not the case. So I don't know. I think the Bills are winning the division. I'll just go ahead and cut it right there. Like
I agree.
they're good. Josh Allen's coming off MVP season and he's not slowing down. I mean, Josh,
Yeah.
unless he
I
gets
think at this point in his career, you can safely say if Josh Allen is healthy for a full season, it is the Bills' division to lose.
correct. I agree with that. I agree with that. But I don't know, Prevo, you've been kind of silent over there. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any argument with that, especially in this division. I mean, they're definitely the best team. They didn't do much, but I don't think they really had to. Speaking solely on like division play,
Yeah.
and once you get outside of the division and into playoffs, I definitely, like you said, would have been more comfortable seeing them address wide receiver. But I also agree their defense needed help, and that was evident in plenty of games last season. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, division, I think it's locked.
So where this is actually probably a harder question then. Where do you see the Bills ending their season?
Ending their season, I don't
Ending.
know. I don't think they go to the Super Bowl. I think they may go like first or second round of playoffs. But
Wow, so you're not thinking AFC Championship.
no,
I personally believe at the bare minimum they're making the championship game.
really,
Yeah,
That
that's what
I
I
don't
was
know. I
gonna
mean,
I
say.
hopefully
I think
so.
I
Like,
think the Bills are going to the Super Bowl this year
I
because
I
they have
agree actually.
really,
yeah,
That's my bold prediction is that they can finally break the curse and it is plus 700 on FanDuel right now.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, but
Well, you got to
I don't
think about
know.
this,
I'm going no Super Bowl for the Bills this year.
and that could vary. I mean, it's so hard. It's so hard to do like to put win or bust expectations on a team because you're putting very unlikely expectations to go through an entire season, go through the playoffs with injuries, with stuff happening outside the locker room, with maybe inside the locker room that all of a sudden teammates are like the percent chance of you winning the Super Bowl, even though it almost feels like a winner bust, which it never really is with the Bills. Bills Mafia is always going to back the Bills. Like it's not that I don't think that's going to be it, but
Mhm.
I just feel like the only way they don't is they succumb to the pressure. I think that's around it because in a way they really didn't get worse from last year, and you saw how good they were.
No, no, they
So
definitely didn't
Yeah.
get worse. And
so it's I don't know.
Joey Bosa has the versatility too to like actually.
That's we didn't really talk about that either. I think that's I
If
don't know.
healthy, that is, I
I was
believe,
about to say
a good pick. That is a lot of their pickups, I feel like, coming into the year with him, as well as Shaq Thompson in the
it's almost
linebacker
like
room. We remember him from
they
Carolina.
they kind yeah, well, the Bills will do anything they can once a previous Panthers player has hit the market that's still within
This is
playing
true.
range. Yes, so that
And
goes
to be honest, I think they are sort of trying to make a push because I mean they got like you said guys with versatility like high on their radar. So they're trying to
yeah.
address, like they're trying to kill multiple birds with the least amount of stones possible. And I
Yeah.
think they're doing that to sort of like throw some flex tape on and like try to make a push.
Well, not only that, I feel like a winning culture too, Joey Bosa coming over from the Chargers is almost like that's a better, how do I put this? It almost makes you want to stay healthy and be on the field more. Does that make sense?
Oh
Rather
yeah.
than playing
Yeah,
for a
Yeah.
it
team
gives you
where
more
it's,
drive.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
feel like at the end of the day.
So I feel like it'll work out. I feel like he was maybe more of a locker room, not cancer, but it didn't gel with the new Chargers locker room coming in. And I feel like that's mostly the reason. Yeah, he couldn't stay healthy, but I don't know. There was some stuff going on there. We all know, not big stuff, but just personalities weren't mixing, and I think the Bills can maybe fix that. So
Like you're
underneath their
telling me
coach,
the Ohio State guy couldn't get along with the Michigan coach?
literally, yeah, it could be the other reason. Joey Bosa was probably coming in every single morning. You guys cheated. You guys cheated. You guys every morning. Harbaugh was
Harbaugh's
just
just
tired.
holding in the ring.
He was tired. He was tired of hearing it. Like, shut up. You're getting traded. But or released, whichever one comes first. Yeah, that's the Bills. I think they win barring a Josh Allen injury is what I'll say.
Agreed.
They'll win the division. So, um, who's next? Who's next? What are we thinking?
Next, it's actually the New England Patriots going into Drake May's second year at plus 550 on FanDuel. They fired their previous head coach, Gerard Mayo, and brought in Mike Vrabel. I feel like that's actually going to be a good change in Drake May's career.
I was
Shocker.
gonna say the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like with Vrabel, he just brings stability. He's a culture guy, almost in that Dan Campbell mold of he's just someone that is a football player's leader, if that makes sense. Like
Do you
he's a
think?
locker room presence.
Do you think Vegas and other people around the league are putting too much stake though on Vrabel? I agree with you. I just think it's almost too heavy of now a second year quarterback has to now who didn't start all year. He finally got put in and
Yeah.
did very well. And I think I don't know if me and Prevo talked about it. We probably did because we all kind of have a little bit of a soft spot for Carolina, not really for football for me, more for basketball, but it's because East Carolina. But um I enjoyed Drake May. I enjoyed watching him in
Yeah.
college, and I thought he was going to be an incredible NFL quarterback. I truly believe that the way he could spin the ball,
Yeah.
like and just read a defense. Yeah, there was some things that you were like, okay, yeah, that's just a young kid's mistake.
But a lot of that, dude, Carolina, go back however far back you want to go. They breed sissy quarterbacks, dude. They breed sissy little quarterbacks, and I think that's part of his problem. He's getting
I
into that
I
big
I
boy NFL quarterback
I
mold.
I I don't disagree with you, but I'll also say I disagree on the fact that I think Drake May is the youngest of three brothers or four or something like
I
that,
think
and
it's
that
three, yeah.
three, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
that man has
look at the
been
difference in the way he's playing. Like you have more things to talk bad about with him at Carolina versus him running 15 yards head on into a safety to get a first down and on the Patriots. Like they're not teaching that at Carolina. He's
no, that yeah.
able to do stuff
They,
like that
Yeah,
now.
he I will admit, whenever I was watching him play at Carolina, he did not show this ability to run there. He would
No,
scramble whenever he was being pressured, but not where he is a actual running threat on the
I think
field.
he would scramble at Carolina to avoid a hit rather than to look for an extra
Agreed,
play down the
yes.
field. Like he was more like, okay, I'm scrambling and then I'm going to slide whenever right when I can because it's that's just kind of him. But I think Vrabel's going to bring that toughness. The thing I was trying to say though was he's still learning the NFL. He's still very
Yes.
young. He was young when he came out of Carolina. He could have gone back for another year, right? If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. So he came out young. He's still learning. Now he has to relearn a whole new system in his second year when defenses are probably, especially in the division, probably starting to understand how Drake May plays and what can confuse him. Now, of course, the coaches are going to help that with the new coaches. I'm not saying the Patriots are going to be bad. That's another thing I want to say. It's just to go ahead and put them at maybe finishing second in the AFC
yeah.
East when, it's just kind of I think it's a little bullish. I would put them maybe third. Um, but competing.
I believe the
But competing.
ceiling can be second for
Correct.
them
Yes.
because if you look at the end of the day, they had more additions with volume and
Oh, they
quality
overhauled
than
so much.
subtractions in comparison
Yeah,
to the rest of the teams below them that
agreed.
are listed in here. So they
Agreed.
were also able to get Morgan Moses on the right tackle side to be able to solidify that spot, and then being able to bring in some like key veterans and Harold Landry and Robert Spillane, plus having Carlton Davis on the outside is probably one of the better man corners in the league to pair with Christian Gonzalez. I feel like is going to be one of the keys to them being able to compete in this division.
Yeah, all good points. And again, it brings it back to I would not be surprised if I'm all of a sudden sitting here next year and being like, well, crap, short-lived for the Bills. Now the Bills are actually going to have competition. It's not going to be like the Brady era for the Bills. And I'm going to kind of be upset because I can't stand the Patriots because I am a little bit of a Dolphins fan because of my father. But I also would not be surprised, and I think it all hinges on Drake May's development. Not that he's not a good quarterback, because
100% agree.
he's shown that he already is, from last season, from the abysmal of a roster that was for the Patriots. The
But say, and we all
abysmal.
talk this high praise, and I agree. I think Drake May is going to develop into a very good quarterback. But let me also ask you this: last season, in the amount of games that Drake May had started, how many games did he win? If you had to guess,
What, like, wasn't it like
I think it was
two?
one, right?
one.
Yeah,
He won one game last year that he started.
yeah.
So there is a lot of room to grow still.
Well, it's like no, I don't want to bring it back to the NFC South, but it's a good comparison to Bryce Young, to where it's like Bryce, like the Chiefs game he lost, the Eagles game he lost, like all these games he balled out in, and they're showing up as losses at the end of the season. So
Yeah,
it's like, and that's good that you can look at a quarterback and be like, he played well. Oh, did they win? Nah, but he played well. You know what I mean? And that's the Panthers fans have been in that stage for 8 years now, and Patriots I feel like don't know what that space is, but they're starting to get used to it. Not the old Patriots fans; they understand exactly what's happening because the Patriots
100%. Yeah.
were a poverty franchise before Tom Brady and Bill Belichick showed up. I mean, straight poverty. Like went to the Super Bowl I think once before that and got creamed. So I mean, it was this is finally getting a taste of what everyone else has to deal with, young Patriots fans. But guess what? It's apparently short lived because y'all know how to draft a quarterback, apparently, which apparently we didn't learn our lesson from the first time, whenever y'all drafted by a name by a man of Mr. Brady. But Patriots, I think third. I again wouldn't be surprised second, but I
I
just,
would say second just because I probably view the rest of the division a lot lower, but it's going to be competitive with second through third for sure.
yeah, yeah. So the next one I'm going to go ahead and say it's
Second, at least.
Prevo.
I
We
think
don't.
the
No,
Patriots are
just
going to be a
kidding.
fun team to watch. I think they're going to be a fun team to watch this year. They're definitely going to be on my list to pay attention to.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely gonna be. It's not like you're gonna turn on the TV and it's like, oh great, I guess I have to watch this Patriots game because nothing else is on. So it's actually you're gonna be probably looking for them, and that's definitely understood. But I guess the next one we'll go ahead and start talking about the Dolphins. What are they odds as far as winning the division?
They're at plus 750 on FanDuel with the win total set at 7.5. And I just feel like this is due to losing a lot of key veterans on both sides of the ball. They lost Raheem Mostert as the backup, running back John New Smith in that trade, along with Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers. Losing Teron Armstead to retirement. Calais Campbell still somehow going strong at 39 years old, on the defensive line, and Javon Holland signing with the Giants. That was a lot of key losses that I feel like they suffered this offseason.
Hmm, hmm. I it's tough because I don't want the Dolphins to be there. It's just I feel like they're used to this Dolphins team with Mike McDaniels, as far as Mike McDaniel. I don't know why I said McDaniels, but he he's shown that he can be a good locker room leader for the backups coming in. They have had to face a lot of injuries in his tenure, but these are losses. These are things that the players in the locker room know they're not coming back. You know what I mean? With an injury, it's like okay, they might come back. Where we're trying to figure it out, but at least they're in the locker room still.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the key to them getting second, if I want them to finish second in the division, is defensive stability. One injury is going to derail this team. I just know it. Like one injury on the defensive side, not even the offensive side. I feel like Tua and Tyreek are working out their stuff. Tyreek said he needed to hear those words from Tua, and that's good. But it needs to be shown on the field as far as that goes. Naturally, I'm going to admit I'm more biased. I'm more bullish on the fact that I think they're going to get it done on the offensive side because Mike McDaniel is a freaking genius. Also, I think A-Chain having full control of the backfield, I think is actually a good thing. And they're not trying to get Mostert some carries anymore, even though Mostert was an incredible running back. A-Chain's young. Let him. I mean, he's like it's basically him and Jahmyr Gibbs are like the same person. It's just one's in the NFC, one's in the AFC, and they're both phenomenal. But I think it's now finally A-Chain's turn to show that off. He just needs
Yeah.
to stay healthy though. So, I don't know. I mean, didn't they get Minka and Darren?
They
They're
got Minka back in the trade, which is, I will admit, that is a good pickup for them. I feel like for them to win the division or to compete in this division, honestly, it's solely gonna rely on Tua, Tyreek, and Jalen Waddle staying healthy the whole year. They don't really have that many people behind them in terms of depth. They brought in Nick Westbrook-Akine, who was probably the most touchdown merchant fantasy player I can remember over the past 5 years.
big time. Yeah.
Was it 8 straight?
So
Do you think
I
it's
think it
more?
was touchdown, yeah.
Do you think Jalen Waddle needs to stay healthier more than Tyreek does? I feel like Tyreek has that.
No, Tyreek is by far the more important of the two, but you need to have someone else who can be a threat on
and
the
that
outside,
and that's what I'm
possibly.
saying is like Jalen Waddle. I have more not in ability. I'm saying like Jalen Waddle cannot stay healthy for the life of that man. Like Tyreek Hill will at least play through some injuries, and he had one bad injury with the Chiefs and now one bad injury with the Dolphins. But that doesn't, you know what I'm trying to say? Like that doesn't mean he's always injured. Jalen Waddle will go missing for like 6 games every season,
Yeah.
5 or 6 games, and it's
And
like
last season, he was just honestly just not productive,
no, until the
even
last
with the lack of
two
injuries.
games or something. Like the last 2 games, he came out of nowhere when it didn't matter. So it's like I don't know. I think that scares me a little bit, but we know who Jalen Waddle is and we know what he can do. So it's not like all I don't know, maybe he just needs to have a good off season, kind of like going into this season, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm more worried about Jalen Waddle is because if something does happen to Tyreek Hill, an injury wise, plus on top of whatever high school drama BS is going on with Tua and Tyreek, like that's two added things to where if Jalen Waddle could stay healthy, you as a Dolphins fan could say, oh, well, at least Jalen Waddle's still here. But Jalen Waddle has shown now very inconsistent play this last season, the inability to stay on the field healthy. And then when you go and lose Tyreek Hill, who unfortunately might be becoming more of a head case like Antonio Brown, hopefully not, thanks CTE. But just for I mean, y'all follow him on social media and stuff. Some of the
Yeah.
stuff he posts is like
It's
crazy,
wild.
like crazy stuff. So I don't know. Um, I Dolphins. I'm going to be more bullish and say second because there's more consistency from the coaching staff. It's just it feels like somebody's got to take control of the locker room, and that usually doesn't show until the season starts. So this could be I put them second, and all of a sudden the season starts, and I go, oh shoot, I should have put them third because they do
Yeah.
not look together at all. So that's my prediction. I'm going to just say second, but
I'm gonna go ahead and say right now I have them finishing third. I feel like probably one of the bigger losses that we aren't really talking about is Teron Armstead on that tackle side.
yeah.
They didn't address it during the draft or free agency, so they're going into there, I believe, with a second year player, knowing Tua could potentially have something else happen. And of course, we don't wish that on
No.
him,
Dude.
but it's already been shown that it could be a risk. So not using any of your capital that you have this offseason to address that, to me, is probably one of the more concerning things going into the year.
And
Yeah.
you would think, and this may already be a proven thing, but you would think that the more this happens to Tua, the easier it's going to happen in the future, correct?
Yes.
Like the
That's
lighter the
that's
tackle, the worse.
scientifically proven as well.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah. So yeah, good points. I mean, shoot, I feel bad. I gotta believe. I gotta believe. It's kind of like why I put the Panthers finishing second and
Mhm.
part of it. I just gotta believe. You gotta believe it happens, and
Yeah.
then just get really
You're
sore.
not a fan if you don't.
Yeah, and then you have to get really disappointed, burn your jerseys, and then just wait for next year.
Exactly.
So that's
Yeah.
just it's a vicious. It's like a toxic relationship. It's just a circle that goes around.
I say me and Prevo have that right now with the team, with his jerseys.
I
Yeah.
don't know that. No, Freeman plays for the Dodgers. I don't know who that.
Shh.
I don't know what the Dodgers are,
He
so
no, he doesn't even want to be there, and you know it.
I know. I actually feel really bad. That you know what? Later in the summer episode, we'll do some
it makes
baseball
me
like for the
hurt.
playoffs. Maybe we can maybe talk about that. But all right, we'll get
Oh,
on with the most.
America's team.
I was gonna say the most interesting team in my opinion in this one, um, because just interesting stuff going on. But the New York Jets, America's team, according to that
The soft
jersey.
toss.
I have a good friend we all know well, I think well enough at least, who's a Jets fan, and I also just hear a lot of Jets fans more optimistic. Um, I don't know what's their win loss. We'll go ahead and start there. What's their win loss?
5.5
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus
under.
1900 to win the division. Yeah, the under.
Under. It,
Dude, the
do we want to
Jets
put under
suck.
that
The
quick
Jets are gonna
though?
suck again.
Really? We're
Yeah,
gonna
bite me
sit
in the
there.
comments. Let's go. Bring this one on. I don't care about the Broncos. Bring me the Jets.
Who
Bring me the
cares about
Jets fans,
The
who cares
man.
man
about
with
Cortland
Tyler
Sutton?
Shuck at quarterback is throwing haymakers.
Dude,
Freeman's gonna fight you.
we have Jake Hayner, bro. I'm not worried about
Oh,
Tyler.
sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
true. Hayner's the answer.
Yeah, we
Drew
have Jake
Brees.
Hayner,
No,
bro.
what? That's not even his name. It's called Drew Brees 2.0. That's what his name
Drew Brees' left calf. That's who it is.
is. But no, I don't know, man. I don't want to just say they're gonna be. I I
Is little
believe
FSU boy even playing football anymore, or is he out?
FSU.
Jordan whatever, Jordan Travis,
Oh, Jordan Travis.
didn't they isn't he like gone now? Didn't he
He
get like
retired, yeah. But I mean,
yeah.
that was a fifth round pick.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fair.
You know, wait. Cody, don't say anything. Without looking at the prep sheet, Prevo, who's the Jets quarterback going into this season?
I don't know.
Okay,
They lost Aaron
honest.
Rodgers.
On it. They did. Hey, where's
That's,
Aaron
Yeah, and
Rodgers?
that's what I know.
Where's Aaron Rodgers?
The Steelers.
There we go. Look at this. He
Don't
knows. See?
don't be that bad. But yeah, no, the Jets, I hate them. I don't
So
care.
I'll give you there we go. We're making headway. So if Rodgers went from the Jets to the Steelers, there was a Steelers
Oh,
quarterback.
is it Justin Fields? Is that
It
it?
is
it's
Justin
Oh,
Justin
no way.
Fields,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
It is Justin Fields. So
Damn.
here's my thing. I'll go ahead and say this. I'm a big Justin Fields believer. I actually believed in him in Chicago because of his playmaking ability. My whole concept behind modern quarterback play is playmaking ability. I think that's so like if they at least have that, you can build around that. And Chicago did an absolutely terribly poor job at doing that for Justin when Justin had to be the man and put that team on his back when the team wasn't good anyway.
Yeah.
So in some of those games where I had him on my fantasy team for whenever he was like the
The
last year in Chicago.
2023 year, whenever he was
Yes,
Yeah.
QB5 in fantasy.
yes, he was incredible because of his playmaking ability. The Steelers when they got him, Mike Tomlin did an excellent job of putting Justin Fields in situations where he can win and putting people around him, and the offensive play calling from the offensive coordinator also greatly helped Fields keep developing. And we saw what happened when he got into a system, a winning culture, and
He gets benched.
he gets benched, and then they fall apart. Like that was the craziest thing to me. They were 4-2. The two losses that they had, Fields didn't have the best games, but he didn't really lose it for him. It was a whole team effort. These were all like just poorly played games by the Steelers. But then he came out and would win again and would win again and put up huge numbers like 50 to 60 yards rushing touchdown, two passing touchdowns, almost 200 passing yards, like just having great games. And they just bench him after the momentum. And now I feel like he's going to carry over more from the Steelers' tenure, and plus the chip on his shoulder for getting benched. He's got two things working for him, and I think he's going to be a little better than people are thinking. It's just the Jets don't have a good team. That's
No.
the
I was gonna say,
problem.
I think they're gonna suck.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. I say
Um,
all of that just to say I feel like Justin Fields might be the only bright moment, and he's going to get screwed again by everyone.
that's
I
it.
will say, I think it gives them a little bit more hope. I mean, not with the losses that they have. I will say that that kind of nullifies my
Correct,
point.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they have a little bit more like administrative freedom with Aaron Rodgers gone, not trying to own the Jets because I really do think that was happening. I don't care what he says. I think he was all up in that head coach's mind. I think he was all up in the
That's why Mike Tomlin, like, is kind of, that's why the Steelers were so delayed on signing him in the
Yeah.
offseason.
yeah,
Why
dude.
that
Like
went on, because they were like, this guy's actually kind of crazy. Like,
yeah, yeah.
like the Packers always knew. Like the Packers always knew he was crazy. Even right when he took over for Favre, it's like, dang, good thing this kid can play because he's a little off.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Something ain't right all the way up
Seriously.
there.
like, so I don't know, man. I 6-11 for the Jets.
No,
Like,
I can see that and maybe 7 wins being the ceiling because, like you were talking about, that 2023 season with Chicago, he finished 7 and
and
10.
then he followed it
He's
up
able to
with with his Steelers tenure before he got benched for no reason. It's not
I
like
Yeah,
he
and
agree. I
he's
agree.
able to support a wide receiver one in fantasy too. He did that season with DJ Moore. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I think Garrett Wilson is a better wide receiver than DJ Moore is.
he's more
So I
all
think that
around better because
those
DJ
two
Moore.
together, I think, can be amazing fantasy players.
Hmm.
But I feel like going into the year, they will not be finding success in the wins-loss columns.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I think Justin Fields might be the greatest fantasy player ever with a career losing record.
that added that last part added in absolutely.
Yeah.
He could by the end of especially by the end of this year with having Garrett Wilson and having uh Brees Hall and also that short what's his name, that dude that came out of nowhere for like whenever Brees Hall was injured or for like
Oh
third down
God,
plays. Dude came out of nowhere.
I
dude.
can't remember
Yeah,
his
I
name.
know, you know what I'm talking about. Short little
yeah,
guy
dude.
that just like ran over people and would like reminded me of like you liked him probably because he reminded you of Darren Sproles is probably what it was. Like, but that man was insane.
Dude,
Like
I
I
had Brees
liked him a
Hall on my
lot.
fantasy team.
Yeah, and Brees Hall's not like it's just that he exploded because Brees Hall got hurt, but Brees Hall's a really good player. So, and I think
Oh,
he's
Braylon Allen? Is it Braylon Allen?
yes, it is. Yes,
Yes,
it is.
Oh
the
yeah.
pass catcher too.
Yes,
He was
yes. That's
insane.
what
That's
I'm
a
saying. He
big
came in.
boy.
He
He's
would
like
come in.
six
Dude, he
foot
was
two
catching
twenty.
25-yard passes over people.
What? I didn't think he was that big. There was a short guy.
No,
I swear.
Braylon Allen is a big boy.
He
Yeah.
must be more stocky, which makes him look shorter. But he's probably because he's a thick boy. I do remember that. I mean, he's
Isaiah Davis is the other one, but I don't remember seeing
not
him
him. Yeah,
produce. That was
It's Braylon Allen. I
yeah,
was
number
just wrong on
4,
the
I think,
height.
or something.
I
No,
was just wrong on the height.
I'm wrong
But
on 4 for sure.
no, but yeah, no. Again, offensive side, they're not looking too bad. But man, the defense was way worse last year. They did not do anything to really help. I mean, they did hire Aaron Glenn, which kind of helps on that side a little bit. But Sauce Gardner does not want to be there, and that's a
How
problem.
could you, bro?
Well, I mean, he
I,
did just sign a 4-year, $120 million extension. So at the end of the day,
That's
money
I forgot
talks.
about that.
Yeah.
So that's
His
true.
first purchase was
But
also a huge chain that said sauce with dripping sauce on it.
that
So
is also
yeah.
true. Totally forgot about that because I thought that literally wasn't going to happen. But also his play kind of dipped off there the last couple years. Like not that I would like him on
It's
like
like I still believe he has the good production numbers, but it's just at the end of the day, the interception numbers still haven't been there.
which I mean which is probably a good sign knowing that he's probably locking him down, but the target rate and completion rate's gone up a little bit since his rookie year. It's just that his rookie year was just insane, is what it was.
Yeah.
And I think, living up, you set that high bar your first year, you better be exceeding it. And that was a hard bar
Hard barred.
to exceed. But there's cornerbacks in the NFL like Pat Surtain, Broncos. Pat Surtain,
Yeah.
reigning defensive
JC
player of the
Horn.
year. Yeah. Also JC, but like reigning defensive player of the year. he had an incredible rookie season, and he's exceeded that bar every year after that.
Yeah.
So, and JC Horn is learning to exceed the bar of injury, and because he also has that potential. But I don't know. Jets are last. Jets aren't good. I mean, they also got a whole new coaching staff they got to figure out, and also the New York media is not patient with things. So it's just going to be probably a shit show, to say the least. But I don't know. That's about it. Anything else happening recently in the wide world of sports? We had
Well, I
trade
mean, I don't know
deadline
how we
talk
haven't mentioned this yet, but Micah Parsons requesting a
Oh,
trade.
dude.
and Terry McLaurin on
Coming
the
to the
same.
And Terry,
shade.
yeah. Shut up.
No,
Shut up.
If anywhere, Micah's gonna ask to be traded, and then Roseman is going to go, "Hey Jerry, hey Jerry, hey Jerry, look, I got $1," and Jerry's gonna be like, "Oh, $1,"
Oh.
from his nursing home chair, and he's gonna be like, "Send it, yeah, I'll send you three. I'll do a first round pick and a fourth round pick, and I'll send you Micah Parsons," and then it's just gonna be, it's like, how did Roseman fleece again?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. In reality, I wouldn't accept anything less. If Micah wants a trade, I'm accepting nothing less than 3 first round picks. Thank you very much.
Or I'd say 2 firsts and a starter is the only.
Yeah, that's
That would be the only other
fine.
thing.
If I got a call back from you, Cody, after I said it's 3 first rounders, and you said 1 second, and then gave me a call back and said, "How about 2 first rounders?" and for Madden terms, an 84 plus overall player, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. So, yeah, and then Terry McLaurin, pay the man.
Kind of, yes,
Pay
and also Trey Hendrickson as well. Pay the guys.
Yes.
Like they have been loyal to your
Trey
organization for
Hendrickson
years.
is back, so that's a good sign that
Well,
maybe
they're
talks
both
are going
hold
well.
ins.
Okay,
So they're not dressing for practice, but they are still at the facility so they don't get fined.
That's good. Yeah, he was getting paid fined like what, $50K a day or something like that every single
Around
time.
that, yeah.
But jeez, to have that money to
Let me get that.
It's just like, yeah, here you go.
Let me get one of them fines, bro.
just donate.
They get one of them big ones.
Dude, the fine, they should make the fines like, okay, you have like each time there's like a registered fan registry for each team.
Yes.
And a random fan gets the fine from that player.
Yeah, you could get the Christmas glove day fine, or you can get the holdout 50K fine. It's like a lottery.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
You get 1,200, you get
I want the
80K.
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, 500K.
It's like you just have a sign. This is for him punching the guy in the face.
Dude.
But going back to Terry though, like, I'm not even joking. That man was doing, like, that man is a top 15 receiver. Him and Cortland Sutton are right there actually in number 16 and number 15 in yards. random little. I figured I'd throw that out.
It's a little sprinkle on there.
Cortland Sutton 16, McLaurin's 15. It's incredible. But anyway, McLaurin, he was putting up these insane numbers and staying healthy with no quarterbacks for years. And all of a sudden they get a quarterback, and this man's winning $36 million whenever the TV revenues keep shooting up every single year. Pay the freaking man. Who cares? Yeah. Jaden Daniels is still on his rookie deal for another 4 years.
You at this point.
It's nothing. It's you have the Commanders have the money, and you better sign McLaurin now to like a 4-year deal, $36 million per year, before you start paying Jaden Daniels, because who knows what Jaden Daniels' contract is going to come out to. So go ahead and freaking pay the man. I'm tired of it. It's not the same situation as this whole Cowboys thing where they're getting your name wrong on a live TV. Michael Parsons. No, like, I get Micah. They're not going to sign you. Jerry Jones has mush for brains. He's not going to sign you. He has applesauce up here, and it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But Terry, Washington, do not screw this up, because you're in the window to where the Eagles are.
Your opportunity to win is now with Jaden on a rookie deal.
Yes, and the Eagles are not slowing down. You have to go ahead and pay this.
Not at all.
Dude, the Eagles are about to own the NFL. If
exactly.
you look at their cap structure and their contract structure, they actually have the most intelligent financial front office.
It's incredible.
In sports, in sports.
Yeah,
and
they have
with
to.
The Phillies now too.
Yes,
they're sharing brain juice over there. The Phillies are are going crazy now too with their contract structure and
Well,
everything.
they showed that too with the trade deadline, but they did pick
Yeah,
up a lot. But
literally.
it was very friendly contract, 1 year deal
Dude, I
type
thought
of
they
thing.
were gonna get
Yeah.
There
Stephen
you go.
Kwan. The Phillies getting
Me
Stephen
too.
Kwan would have been
Oh,
crazy.
baseball talk, baseball talk. Here we go.
I know.
But
Well,
yeah,
dude,
I
what is
don't
it?
know.
The Twins basically traded their entire roster.
Saw
And then
Yeah.
they
that.
have
Carlos
and then they
Correa
have
back to the Astros.
two players under contract for 2026.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. I was speaking of sellers, I was clapping too for what the Nationals did.
You're
We
clapping.
we Yeah, absolutely, dude. We went on a bad losing streak. We were doing really good around that like 70 game mark, and then we just kind of lost it. We were on a little bit of a winning streak. We just lost it, losing streak, but it was mostly because of bullpen, and all of a sudden they were just
Yeah, yeah.
I
True,
mean, because we could put up
true.
runs. I mean, we had all stars this year. I mean, James Wood is going to be the face of the MLB in 3 years.
With his
Mark my
34 and
words.
a half inch bat.
Yeah, that man swings a freaking.
Oh my God.
What did he say? But
James
he's
Long.
incredible. We have Jacob Young. We have Brady House still coming up. We have Elijah Green. Um, I mean, we just have a lot of really good young players, and then we sold like we sent off Alex Call, who's actually just the older version of Jacob Young and just not as good. He never got to the point where we wanted him. We sold off a lot of people. I wanted us to sell off Bell, and I wanted us to get rid of DeYoung as well.
Yeah,
Just
dude, Bell. Bell was supposed
Yeah.
to go.
he was supposed to. Same with DeYoung, and then I was on the fence because I like Mackenzie Gore being where he's from the same area that I'm from. Um, growing up and everything, and plus he's an incredible pitcher. It's just
Yeah,
he didn't get the wins because he would
right.
either it would be no decision for him, or we would lose 3-1. Because our bats just weren't on because we have a young lineup. We just don't. They don't have the consistency yet. So we did well. I think we picked up 10 new faces in our farm system, which is incredible because some of those farm systems always interesting. Maybe a
For
new
sure.
environment helps to where these players probably weren't performing well because they just weren't in the right coaching, the right anything like that. And all of a sudden they're in a new clubhouse, new organization. It turns around and maybe some fall off and maybe they just don't become anything for us. But I like that we're continuing to build young, but we kept Gore, we kept Wood. We're not selling. We're investing in next, literally from next season
You learned
to
your
five
Juan
seasons from
Soto
now, and I
lesson.
think we're
Yeah.
so. No, no, no. Actually,
Well,
I'm
no, I
no,
guess that's
no,
developing into.
no. It's developed
Yeah,
insanely well. We have C.J. Abrams, James Wood, Robert
right.
Hassel, and Mackenzie
Yeah.
Gore
Yeah.
from the
I mean,
Padres.
Mackenzie
We're
Gore and
five.
James Wood alone
Oh yeah, yeah.
kind of produce out
And
of
C.J.
that.
Abrams, he might not be the most consistent fielder, but that man,
No, yeah.
that man is hot
That's
with.
literally the only thing is his fielding.
Yeah, and it's almost like we almost replaced Trey Turner, but with no glove. Like
Yeah,
and then the
fair.
contact because he will bat like CJ Abrams will bat 270 to 280. Trey Turner's batting 290 to 300. That's about it. But I think CJ Abrams has more pop. Would I rather have Trey Turner still rather than re-signing Steven Strasburg? Absolutely, but it's okay. I'm fine. I'm just a little hurt fan, but this is all that matters. This is all that matters. And as Braves fans, y'all can agree with me.
Is
That's
that a
all that matters.
1?
100%.
It's a 1 as the third number, bro.
Shh.
I've said this before. This was the final season that they had for my timeline to be bad. I said it in 2020 whenever we looked good again, but we lost Juan Soto to injury. Juan Soto should have won MVP. He missed it by 3 games, being eligible for it. Um, we, I said then, I said that's okay because they bought 5 to 6 years, is what I said. They bought 5 to 6 years starting at the end of 2020, and I'm giving them 5 years now because of how well we rebuilt. So this is the final season. I'm not care. I will be angry if we are bad next season. They have their World Series bought a lot of time because I've never seen one of my franchises that I've rooted for win something huge like that. I
Same
literally
with
cried.
me with the Braves.
Exactly. I literally cried.
I
When
did too when the Braves won
yeah,
21. I
when
did.
when Hudson struck out Michael Brantley, I dropped down to my knees in the living room in
I
college.
think for
I
me,
was
whenever the Braves won, it was Jorge Soler. Whenever he
Oh
hit
my
that
oh
bomb in
God.
Houston.
Dude,
Wait, were
I
you?
watch that YouTube video like once a week. I'm not even joking.
Yes.
Like every now and then I'll be like sitting on the toilet before a shower, and I'm like, yeah, I'll watch.
Yeah, I watched the Game 7 World Series highlights from 2019 almost all the
Dude,
time
my
now.
favorite part of the Soler video is all of the orange towels just down immediately, just
Yeah,
drop as
yeah,
soon as he hits it.
dude.
It's just the whole stadium goes
Yep.
away from orange.
This is what I love.
Silence.
I know we hate each other's teams, right? But
Yes.
the one thing is that we both beat that ass for the Astros, dude, in the World Series.
Yep.
We
The
both
the hate for the Astros will always be stronger.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. So, but dude, so again, the whole orange towel thing, my favorite World Series moment, and then we'll end it after this because for time, and that way we can go ahead and get this awesome episode up. My favorite moment is after Bregman hit his home run and carried his bat all the way to first base and handed it to the first base coach and then kept going around. And then Juan Soto hit a monster to center field
yeah.
at Minute Maid to like the deep, like holy cow over the train.
There's got to be a
Like,
curse,
and
bro. There's got to be a curse in there.
he brings his bat down, looking at the like chirping at the Astros dugout and
Yeah.
slams it down in front of his first base coach and rounds the bases. I was like, like dude, like I was oh, that was my favorite one. And from then on that moment I was like, oh, we're here to play. Like
Yeah.
they're like good luck. Here we go. We're the dogs in this fight. You're not expecting anything.
Here you go, Prevo.
Oh, let's go.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. Get that off my
That's
screen.
sick.
Whatever. No one cares.
Uh-huh.
All right, boys. Well, awesome episode. We'll get this uploaded really soon, actually, because I feel like the time we uploaded the last one did really well for people's schedules. But seriously, keep commenting, keep liking, keep disliking, whatever. We don't care, dude.
Right.
Like,
And I will say,
subscribe.
guys, stay tuned because Chris is coming back to Earth soon. So make sure you tune in because he will be back from space and you guys don't want to miss
He
that.
will tell us all about it.
I'm like the crew from the ISS that got like trapped up there. Dude,
Yeah.
I've been trapped up here
They're
for a
trying
while.
to find him right now.
I have to come down soon, bro.
He's holding on to a Starlink satellite. That's how he has
Don't
Wi-Fi.
worry, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out where I land next episode. How about that? All right.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. We'll see you boys later. And on top of that, go ahead, Cody.
Well, so long and stay average.
Let's go.